And we're back. Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 44. Today it is Friday, aka the Shotgun Dropkick Friday workout. Yes, there you go. I am looking forward to today, although I have a little bit of what feels like hip impingement on my right hip, which is annoying, but I did some banded release at home. Now hopefully it should be better with a little bit of extra stretching and stuff like that. Luckily I only have to use it for hack squats, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to do the things that I didn't get to do yesterday for time constraints. I do have technical time constraints today, but hey, I want to get everything in that I possibly can. I don't want to leave any gains on the table just because I'm like, I'm lazy, or time wise. If you can make the time, you know. Today, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was going through my list of stuff that I wanted to talk about and nothing was really jumping out to me. Honestly, I was gonna go down like random rabbit holes, maybe talk about the weekend and just try to like string along every video, trying to make them a little bit more interconnected. But I think more so than not today, I just want to talk about maybe my possibility of a writer's block and or just the lack of creative thinking that's happening right now. And I think that I'd rather talk through it than try to just sit there and do absolutely nothing about it, because most of the time creative blocks like this have happened to me where I'm like, all right, I can't think of anything and I can't do anything. Mostly when I was streaming back in the day, I would just be like, I have no idea what to do. The thing about streaming was you can kind of repeat the same thing over and over again, and or just kind of let people come to you with ideas. This is a little bit tougher since I have to come up with my own ideas in a way. I think this would be the perfect time to talk about like writer/creative blocks where it's just nothing is coming to the forefront. I think it's issue of one of those things where you're not getting enough inspiration from other things that you enjoy. So I guess I haven't been watching enough things that are different and or spark the enjoyment factor to me. Although I have been listening to a lot of wrestling podcasts recently. Shout out the Deadlock podcast, would recommend it if you like wrestling. I think that although it's good content and good background noise, it's not necessarily creative enough to get the brain juices flowing. So I think I need to go back and read some like Berserk or like watch a show or something along the lines of like that. I need to watch something that was built for entertainment to spark some joy in life, so then that way my brain and creative juices can get flowing again. But that's the issue that come to when they just can't think of anything, is that it kind of exhausted that juice. I would keep calling it juice, but that creative juice, and they haven't refilled it with other mediums and such, because we're just really an amalgamation of all of the things that we entertain us realistically. I could have talked about Kingdom Hearts. There was an actual Kingdom Hearts thing that came up the other day that I could have talked about, but I don't really want to get into that. I would just watch the videos. I want to play the games. I feel like by going back and possibly playing or doing stuff like that, I'll probably be able to get the juice back, and then all of a sudden I'll be good. I'll probably be good on Monday, but today it's just, I was like sitting here in my car looking at this list wondering what the hell is going on, you know? And it's weird to think about all the things that you could talk about, but you just have no real like passion for it right now. Not to say that these things aren't things that I couldn't go off on at a moment's notice, but right now I just don't feel like doing any of that. I'd rather be cool, calm, and collected, but also I don't have any like creative juice to make it more interesting and like actually have an opinion on things. I think today is kind of like, eh. Tomorrow it's supposed to snow. Who knows how much, because it's anywhere from 1 to 5 inches, which is a crazy amount of leeway. Have absolutely no idea. So probably if it snows, more likely than not, I'll probably stick at home, do editing, because that's all I do nowadays. But besides edit, probably try to like read or play video games or something, just to get the entertainment juices flowing again. I think there is something to be said about getting too much entertainment in one sitting and or flow. You know what I mean? Like you're getting too much at once and then it's hard to remember any of it. It's like if you watch movies back to back to back and then it's like, all right, you're trying to remember all of them, and it's kind of tough. There are a lot of people that will sit there and, you know, binge a show and then it's kind of it. You can't let the show linger, and if you let the show linger, it helps it digest better. You know, there is something to be said about something like that, when like the weekly shows were slightly better in that sense versus being able to binge everything all at once. But there is something also to be said to be able to binge everything all at once and then just get it over with. There is something to be said about that. But personally, I think that the creative process, you have to take its time, you know. Books, I would say, are kind of different, but also books are a whole beast on its own. I actually, yeah, thinking about it now, I need to get back into audiobooks. That was also something that was helpful in the getting the creative creative juices flowing. I need to finish the Brothers Karamazov, and also I bought another random audiobook that I had to use my Google Play Store money for. So, but anyways, weird creative block of not knowing what to do. I used to deal with these back in the day. Now I don't deal with them as much, except for right now. So I think I just need to go back and just kind of like shut my brain off and just absorb stuff that is interesting to me. I need to also probably get off the internet for a little bit, and not really get off the internet, but more so just like change what I'm watching on social media and or just like change it up a little bit, because right now it's just more of the same. I could go into an entire episode about wrestling, but I've already done that a little bit and I don't want to do that again right now. Maybe after I watch the AEW Revolution pay-per-view, I'll do an episode about wrestling since Sting is retiring. So, and that's a little bit of a connection to the youth at a very young age watching wrestling, and then to now where he's finally retiring, which is crazy. So that'll be the wrestling episode, but that'll be later on. I'll probably do multiple wrestling episodes because there are multiple things to do, but you know, for now I'm just gonna keep it as is. But creative blocks, I think for most people they should just go and absorb whatever your favorite medium is, you know, and or where you're having a creative block in, you know, maybe I should watch other YouTubers and like, you know, just see what they're doing and talking about and stuff. You never know. That's where usually inspiration comes in, and you can give your own twist and take on things. So for you personally, whatever you like to do, if you're having a creative or mental block, just go look at stuff that you like, and then from there you can probably figure out what will work for you and what won't work for you. But anyways, I will see you on the inside for this workout. All right, so on this day, start off with hack squats. Only did 2 sets because my right hip and right knee were feeling a little funky, so we kept it low on the rep range, so just to try to get the blood flow into the area. Anyways, so there was no snow on the Saturday after this, so I didn't get a chance to stay in and do absolutely nothing but be creative. But after doing this workout, I had the creative juices flowing, so it was something that carried over into the weekend. And so now it's just something that I'm very excited about. Like, I'm very excited about getting all these video ideas done now. I think a lot of it had to do with the sleep that I didn't get. I think a lot of it had to do with this lack of sleep during this workout beforehand, that I just could not think of anything. That and having just one thing on the mind. I really only had wrestling because that's all I had around me at the time. I was only listening to that. But since then, I restarted my audiobook that I had been listening to for a while, which was great. I also am going to start another audiobook, but that's more of a self-help book and less of a fictional book. Although the fictional book I want to try to finish first, although there's like 23 hours before I finish it. So there's a little bit of time before I actually end up having to finish it. I do want to make an episode about pure audiobooks just because I have a lot to say about audiobooks. I've listened to a bunch of them and there are a lot that I would recommend. There's an entire episode I can make out of it, so that's for a different day. To peel the curtain a little bit behind the scenes, this is the second set of hyperextensions I did. The last set I actually didn't end up recording because somebody took the station before I was done with it, and I just did my other forearm work and then I did my final set. I'm not one to really go off on somebody who takes it. I wasn't claiming it and I was doing a superset, so it wasn't a huge deal. I just did my other stuff and then finished it up, so it is what it is. I think mostly the biggest thing that I've learned from this is that I really need sleep to be creative. That's the main thing. Without any sleep, my mind kind of goes a little blank on these types of days. There also is probably something to deal with when it comes to the lack of food as well, because I have been going really hard on the diet recently, so that is something to be said about that as well. So both factors, lack of sleep plus lack of food, have probably combined together to make it so my brain was not functioning at the highest it could be. But I also have been using my time to edit a lot more than actually absorb other forms of entertainment. So I did take some time during the weekend to kind of do some other types of media and stuff, like I said, like the audiobooks and stuff. Also during the set, if you noticed the cut there, I talked to a guy for a second who was getting some napkins over here by the trash can. He was asking me if that thing was forearms, and I said yeah, because yeah, it was. So it was just a little bit of a hey. It was also a regular, so I was just kind of like, oh hey, you know, it was nice. Normally I'd probably be a little mad if he was interrupting my set, but realistically, one, he was a regular, so I know who he is, but two, also I was taking breaks in between each rep on these because they were tough as hell on this day. But anyways, here of trying pull-ups for the first time with straps, just because I was like, I've never done it with straps. I wanted to try it, wanted to see what it was like. As well, I was doing it on the straight bar because that was the only bar that was open, which was weird and annoying, but whatever. It felt very weird to do them with straps. I don't know if I liked it at all. It felt like I could do more, but it also just felt weird. I felt like I was like, I don't want to say I was cheating, but it just didn't feel right. I didn't like it. I don't think I'll do it again with the straps on. I don't know. I would like to try them with Versa grips, although they are probably the same feeling as with straps, but I would like get some Versa grips and try it with that, you know. It was something to get used to, per se. But anyways, since this video, I have actually gotten the creative juices back and I'm very happy about that. Sometimes you just need a bit of a blank day and then just kind of like a chill out moment and then get back into it. Really getting the blood flow in through all of the body has really helped a lot during a lot of this time. I feel like most of the time when I work out, a lot of it is afterwards. I feel like a creative spike and boost afterwards. It's like what after running for a while, you feel that like runner's high or whatever. I've had that feeling before. I haven't ran in forever, and do I miss it a little bit? But I don't think I missed running that much, although I would like to run once again sometime, but I know that it will mess up with my recovery, so maybe one day though. Whenever these video topics or ideas come up, they're mostly just off the cuff. I don't really like go too much into preparation on what they are, but I try to at least do something that I'm passionate about. You know, I'm not going to just talk about like the stock market. You know, like that's going to be a stupid thing that I could probably talk a very slight bit about, but nothing too crazy, like invest your money in SPY, and that's about it. So I think a lot of it has to just do with the fact that I was not feeling very inspired at the moment. I wasn't really passionate about anything. Most of the time it's usually passion is what drives me on these conversations, because I can actually speak about something for quite a while, but if there's no juices going on, it's just nothing. It's like I imagine that the creative juices are like oil to my brain, and when they're not there, the gears in the brain are just not working well, so they're a little bit grindy. So I got to make sure to keep the juices flowing as much as I can. Sleep is probably the key on that one. Also food, although we'll see how it goes in about like 4 to 5 pounds when I'm starting to get really in the thicket of things. But we'll see. That'll be a problem for Oscar in about a couple weeks. Hey, look at that. And we're back. Hello and welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed today. Farmer's carries, as well as the last set of hyper extensions. Had to put the camera away because I had to randomly do it. The station was taken in the middle of me doing my set, but I didn't feel like saying anything. And it was whatever. I ended up doing all 3 sets, so it didn't really matter. So, exercises skipped? None. Got everything in, including the stuff that I skipped on yesterday's workout. So, yay, good for that. Anyways, I just thought of a very good idea for a video that I need to write down. Hopefully I remember. I've come up with a great idea for a video that I think is going to be great. You see, there it is. I was listening to a bunch of music, doing my workout, got the brain some extra blood, some pumping blood through the body, and it got me to be thinking about the creative juices flowing again. Creative juice, great. It's excellent. 10 out of 10. I feel much better now. I also realized that a part of the reason why I probably couldn't think very well in the morning is because I didn't get that much sleep. I got some sleep, but I didn't get that much sleep because of an incident involving a dog, aka one of the dogs threw up in the middle of the night. That made getting back to sleep a little bit of a struggle, which was annoying. You also did it at an inconvenient time. You know that in-between time where if like you go back to sleep, you're just gonna wake up in like an hour and you're like, it's kind of annoying. But anyway, so that's why I was not in the creative mindset this morning. So, but right now I'm feeling very creative. I gotta go home, finish this other edit. I hope I release it relatively soon because it's already going to be late on a Friday, of course, but that it is what it is. Next week I should be on schedule for every single video, including some in the back burner as well. Looking forward to that. Right now I have the creative juices flowing for some episodes in the near future, as well as seeing what other inspiration can come through. I'm feeling very inspired right now and I'm kind of liking that. It feels nice. Exercise really does do it for me, but it's not the only thing that does it for me, so I need to expand it from there. What are some of the things you do in order to get the creative juices juice flowing sometimes if you do something creative on your own. If you don't do anything creative, why don't you do anything creative? I'm actually curious about that too. I would like to know. In either or, I'm just always curious to hear about people's creativity, how they get the juices flowing. This episode is probably going to be called like creative juice or something like that. Either that or writer's block, one of the two. But this is one of those days where it's like, it's a slow start. I don't know what exactly to do, but now I'm getting back into the flow of things. The gym helped, probably also helped that I thought about it a lot and was like, oh yeah, no sleep and all that other stuff. But let me know in the comments what you think or what you do to get the flows back, and or as well if you don't, or don't do anything creative, why don't you do anything creative? I'm actually very curious about that as well. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Moral of the story, get enough sleep. I will see you on the next one. Take care, good luck, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.